Hey guys, Simon Trezellian, the voice of reason. I just wanted to talk about, I mean, it's all over the net at the moment. I'm certainly late to the party on this one, but about Jaguar, the car company, British car company. And I can speak as having been a Jaguar owner and, of course, British. Yeah, I used to have an XJ12, big 12-cylinder beast. Even had two fuel tanks, and it used it really well. But what a car! I mean, really, what a car! It also had an XJS, and when I did my police advanced driving course, in fact, I think I did my test in it. Yeah, I did. I tested an XJS or an XJ6, whatever it was. But anyway, it was a Jaguar police car. Very fast, very luxurious, beautifully handling. And then to see how Jaguar have gone downhill over the last few years, I mean, the E-Pace is just a crock. I mean, they were very late to getting an SUV out, and it just wasn't good. But that advert, oh my God! I mean, have marketers learned nothing over the last 4 years about this whole woke go broke thing? You know, I mean, that advert, I think, was just a travesty. Whoever thought that was a good idea should never be in marketing. I mean, we saw what happened with Bud Light. You know, they made the call, and it backfired, and they actually lost one of the biggest brands in the US. And then Harley Davidson said, "Hold my beer. We can fuck it up even more." And what did they do? They went woke as well. I mean, can you imagine trying to tell bikers, especially American bikers, one percenters and everything, that the marketing for Harleys is now being pushed towards, you know, transgender people and, I mean, LGBTQ? Ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. They just destroyed the brand and elevated Indian. I mean, God, that was the time to buy Indian stocks. And so we've seen that with two major brands. I mean, Harley Davidson is the biggest brand in the world, bar none, you know. And we've seen that destruction. And eventually they had to come back and go, "Sorry guys, we got it wrong." And they got rid of the DEI, and I don't know, I mean, the damage is done. I think it's been a stain on the brand. And British cars have always had a very mixed band of vehicles. So you have the very highest, Rolls-Royce, probably the premier brand of car in the world, bar none, and Bentley, of course, very close behind. And Jaguar used to be right up there with those two, and then of course you're Aston Martin. So, you know, it used to be funny that, you know, people who bought Rolls's, you know, never really asked the price. It was always said, if you have to ask the price, sir, then you clearly can't afford it. Whereas Bentleys were for people that couldn't afford Rolls-Royce, and then Jaguars were for people that would really like a Bentley but, you know, opted for a Jaguar. And then you got Aston Martin, which is probably the coolest car ever in the world. I mean, I would have an Aston Martin over a Ferrari or a Lamborghini any day. Handmade in Birmingham, and they're just absolutely treasured cars. And then you got the young officer car, as we used to call it, you know, the MGB or the MG or the Morgan, you know, again, classic sports cars. Britain used to make some really classic sports cars. It's also made some really crap cars as well. British Leyland, Morris, Austin. I mean, this is why you don't see them anymore. Horrible things. And, you know, they got taken over by the German models, you know, BMW, Mercedes, of course. But this Jaguar, I think it's probably the biggest misstep of any car company ever. It's not going to do anything for sales of Jaguar at all. We didn't even, the advert, you didn't even see what the Jaguars looked like. It didn't even show a car. It just showed a bunch of very strange people. And yeah, it's just not going to fly. It's not going to work. And I think whoever is the marketing team, and I saw the speech given by the head marketer. Oh my God! I mean, it was like a bingo card of woke propaganda nonsense. You know, you could just tick it off. DEI, inclusion, equity, you know, all of this type of thing. Everything that has just been rejected by the American people, largely. And nearly every company is now divesting itself of its DEI. they realize that it's reverse discrimination. And it just doesn't work. It doesn't work with normal people, and the normal people are the majority, and the majority have just spoken. And I think Jaguar need to get on board very quickly, need to take that advert down. They need to reverse course, go back to the original logo, which was classic. No one knows what this other one means. It just looks like, I don't know, some IT firm or something. It doesn't smack of, you know, the leaping cat, the big Jaguar thing. I mean, those things are going to go up in value. If you can get hold of one of those metal cats on the front of the Jaguar, those are actually going to be priceless items now. So mark my words. So anyway, that's me today, Simon Trezellian, Voice of Reason. Come on, Jaguar, get your act together. Growl, baby, growl. Take care. Bye-bye now.